All right, family. We'll wait a few minutes for folks to maybe jump on into the live. And what I will do is I will post the link to the live in the description. Peace, changing the narrative. What's happening, brother?
Yeah.
Post the link to the Zoom. Bam, right there in the link in the chats. And I'll post it a few more times. All right, family. It's your brother Asad.
And I'm Adrienne.
Hey, y'all. We are back again with another quick live.
The lives are never quick.
Yeah, but man.
But it might be quick today.
We didn't do many videos
today.
Yeah, probably so, because we're in the city of New Orleans and probably need to do some running and stuff that we need to do before we get on the old plane.
Well, we make our way.
But yeah, so
updates.
We leaving Thursday.
Okay. That was that.
We'll be in Johannesburg Thursday.
That was that.
Never been early to live. Peace, hi, family.
Are we doing a meetup? What's
so I guess you're not doing your big New Orleans $10 party. No, man. They're killing people in New Orleans. Nothing right. I mean, nothing right. I don't want no large gathering of Black people nowhere. I'm just joking.
It's a lot to plan, but we're already. This is already a big move to plan, but to plan going away is just added something to
some stress. But no, I mean, we've been out of town and we just got back last night. We've been in Texas, like Houston, and then San Antonio. We're just getting back, touching down in the city. I'm going to reach out to a few people and just, say my personal goodbyes, or say my personal, not even goodbyes, just holler at them, because I probably won't see them for, a couple of months or whatever have you. But no big send-offs.
No big send-offs.
Hey, Doc Nikki.
I mean, goodness.
Everybody calling right now. Yeah.
I know. That's so strange.
Yeah. So, hey, Doc Nikki. Breath of fresh air about South Africa is about to start. Bam, bam, bam. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam.
Where did the energy come from?
Just like that. But
yeah, we're so ready.
We're ready to go.
We've been ready for what, a month? A little over a month now. Yeah. We've been ready. Yeah.
So
it's about that time.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Yesterday you were talking about a new chapter.
A new chapter.
I've been living this same chapter for 43 years. I've never lived outside of this city. She's been living it for 20 years. So, and most people stay in their own state or whatever have you. But I just think it's time to, let me put this in this link in the chat. I think it's time to explore new opportunities and new things. There's a great big old world out there. And as I try to explain to people that 60 years ago, someone moving to Africa or Europe from the United States, it was just like, I don't know if I'll ever see them again. Oh, sad. But that ain't today's reality.
Yeah.
It's like 5 and 6 flights leaving out of Atlanta, going to Johannesburg every day. We live in the age of social media where we could Zoom and I could talk to folk in South Africa right now. It's just a different world. And I think some people have it, and many people like who are a little bit older, not all older people, but a little bit older, still they're holding on to an idea of what it means to be not living in the same general area, that, oh, I just won't see that person. The harsh, and not even harsh, but the hard reality is I have friends who live in Texas, which is Louisiana here,
like close.
Texas there.
Like here.
Right. I got folks that I never see, who live in the same general city, who live in the metropolitan area.
Right. That we don't see.
That are friends that I never see. Now family is a little different, but I have family members.
Yeah.
That I never see. When we live in the same state, an hour drive, 2-hour drive from each other. So I don't think much has changed. Now, those real close personal very nuclear family stuff, mom and dad. Yeah, I see them often or whatever have you. But if I would have moved to Houston, Texas, which is 5 hours away, I'll probably see them the same amount of time that I see them from Johannesburg. Because most people who take that move, like most New Orleanians who move to Houston, right? They don't come home often, maybe 3 times a year or something like that. If that.
Depends on how long you're gone. Like once you've been gone a while.
Facts.
Christmas.
When you first leave, I'm going home every weekend or whatever have you. But once they've gotten settled into their work and into their day-to-day routines, and on Saturday they have to take the kids to football games and the daughter to dance class, and then they would have a date night plan with some their adult friends and all that. Yeah, all that happens. So the weekend that you think you're going home, you don't go home that weekend.
Yeah. Before you trying to rest up.
Right.
After around all weekend,
after 40 hours on the plantation.
Yes. So we do have more of an update than just we'll be there Thursday.
No. We'll talk about it. Let's go through these comments. Hi, beautiful family. All right. Brothers, she looks particularly beautiful today. She does.
Thank you.
She is always so beautiful to me. I'll just let y'all know this is my best friend. I wouldn't move nowhere across no world without Adrienne Moore. This is my best friend. So anyway, the icon is here. Well, brother, Dr. James, who's had him jump on the link? I just put the link in there. Man, all right. Looking forward to bringing my family a couple of years, God willing. Man, we got all kinds of going. And it works for a while now. I would like to see some more content of real estate and the investment process. Oh, let's put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. We'll talk about it right now. I feel you on that one. I stay away from the large gatherings in my city too. I guess we could turn up once I arrive my first visit in December. Yeah, we got you. God willing. Greeting. I hope you have some good news on your exodus. We leaving Thursday. That's the greatest news. Yeah. YouTube was tripping. I have been looking for y'all for 30 minutes. No. We just jumped on. We late. Man, we were tired. Trying to get up was hard, man. Man. What's up, fam? Greetings, everyone. I decide I really don't like that go.
Y'all don't bring that here.
Don't do that. Because let me tell you, not that I understand he sparks feelings, but I don't want to be involved in like the YouTube streets can get messy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? People start talking about you and making entire videos about you. And I just don't think any of that is productive. I think that those of us who are of the same mindset, who look at the beauty in South Africa, who look at the potential in South Africa, who get the love from the people, that's what I'm gonna focus on. Go Black could have his opinion. And I just want to stay as far away from all of that as possible.
Right.
That ain't me. That just ain't me, that's just not me. And let me tell you why I come across like that. And again, I've talked to Go Black. I jumped on his live recently. And then we did an interview. So, but let me say this has nothing to do with him. But I'm from New Orleans. In 2005, a hurricane came through New Orleans and 80% of the city was left underwater. It was devastating. Still to this day, you have buildings like the one across the street from this hotel that was damaged because of this hurricane. It really destroyed the city.
Yeah.
Right? So as the city began to rebuild in 2006, 2007, we had a lot of, I always say white people because New Orleans was like 70% Black before. So that's essentially what it was. If you look at the demographic shift, it was white people from different places who came into New Orleans. And when they came, they were just, I love New Orleans. It's just different. It looks so different. And the food and all the culture. I'm moving, right? Now I'm knocking my phone down. And then they moved to New Orleans. And all of a sudden, all the stuff that they claim to love about the city, they begin to talk about, well, we need to stop the street parades because we have second line street parades. or we have a lot of neighborhoods that have bars in the neighborhood. You know, like in places with morals and values, the churches or the schools are the center of the neighborhood. Down here, a bar room is the center of the neighborhood. And those bar rooms would have, you know, parties and, you know, just a bar room. It's a gathering of people. And they were like, oh no, we need to, no live music in the bar room. And they need to shut down at, you know, certain times. We don't shut down. You can buy alcohol and drink in New Orleans at 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, whenever you want, whatever you want. So they came in and started, and they wanted to change the place, right? So I approach it from that point. I'm not going to go. Let me say this. I know how it feels to have somebody talk about your city, the stuff or city or state or whatever have you. So that's how I look at it. I'm not going to go to Johannesburg. I'm not going to go to South Africa and talk about, if that's what I like, if I saw it and said that's what I like, then I'm going to take it like that. Right. I'm gonna take it like that. I'm not going to go to Johannesburg. Man, they need to do this. Man, they need it. And secondly, I believe that South Africans have the intelligence, the wherewithal, the minds, the mental capital, the social capital, and the political will to chart their own path.
Right.
They don't need outsiders coming in telling them nothing. And that's the way I felt when those non-New Orleanians came to our city. We don't need you telling us nothing. Nothing.
So go back where you came from. This game.
Right. Go back where you came from.
You don't you didn't put the work in.
Right, exactly. Right. So, and let me say this, I am one of the loudest vocal critics of my city. I am one of the loudest. I criticize city government every day. I criticize the infrastructure, but you can't. You can't come to me criticizing my city. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. I can. I've been here 43 years. You know, I put in the blood, sweat, and tears to earn.
I've been here 20 and I can't.
Right. To earn the right to criticize my city. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't go to Johannesburg and do that. South Africans who live in South Africa have the right and even the responsibility to criticize their cities, to criticize their state, not me. I'm coming in and I'm just going to enjoy what I enjoy, and what I don't like is just what I don't like.
Try not to be a problem.
Right? As long as it doesn't physically affect me, like violence or somebody running up on me or something like that. Other than that, you know, and then, so let me leave it alone, man. But all I can say is that's just not the way I approach things. And I want to stay out the YouTube mess, man. Yeah. I'm trying to, you know, just connect with the great philosophical musician, Sly Stone, called Everyday People, right? Connect with the everyday South Africans. So somebody said they want to talk about real estate. So we actually previously did some videos on real estate in the past, in the buying process. I don't know if this person is from the US, I assume, but the process is so strikingly similar to here in the United States. So if you ever purchase property in the United States, you know, you have a real estate agent who is listed on the property. Same here. If you look for property in SA, you may run into Remax. I think Keller Williams was one. What's another one? Familiar one.
I think I've seen Century 21, right?
I don't know. I think maybe so. But you'll see Remax. You'll definitely see like brands that are familiar to you, and like real estate brands that are familiar to you in SA. And now I think here's the difference that I can. So in the United States, you're buying a home, you have your real estate agent, Miss Sheila, right? Miss Sheila is your real estate agent. Y'all will go out, you know, maybe on a Saturday and look at 2 or 3 places that she knows about, right? Now, these places could be listed with Miss Sheila, or it could be someone else. It could be Miss Sheila could work for Keller Williams, and she could show you a property at Century 21, right? So she'll just call, they got a lockbox, she'll call the agent and go on in and see the place. However, it works a little differently in that, say, depending on how the property is listed. Like, I forget what they call, like, is it, oh man, it is a language, it's language to use. Well, some properties are listed, and you just have to call that agent in order to get, yeah, in order, I forget what she called it, yeah. But you have to call that. So if you're looking for a property and that's, say, your real estate agent is really at this point kind of irrelevant, you have to contact the real estate agent listed on the property, right, in order to access that property. Now, your real estate agent can say, oh, you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Mid-Rand. Well, I don't know about that property that you point out, but I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe show you an alternative. But if you find a particular property that you're interested in, you have to go through that real estate agent. And we go Doc. And other than that, home inspections.
Sole agent,
sole mandate or something like that.
I don't know.
Doc, what's that?
That's what Keith said. Keith Thomas said sole agent.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
What's happening, Doc?
Hey.
Oh, man.
Man, ain't nothing good. That boy got on the South African bucket hat.
I'm gonna get me one next time.
Yeah. I gotta go where you got that fit from, Doc. You had a whole South African fit.
Oh yeah, man. Went to a lot of it came from Relay at the mall.
Now, what mall was that?
Let me turn some light on. Shit. I think I went to that Mall of Santon, I believe. But Relay is everywhere.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So now, Doc, let the people know. Let the people know that sensational September, sizzling September, sophisticated September.
Super September.
Super September.
Yeah,
it's going down. It's going down.
Indeed.
Now you arrived.
First of all, I want to tell you, I'm so happy about your house. I saw the pictures on Facebook, and the house is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. And we're just trying to keep our head above water, making a way.
But I did
making a way out of no way.
I saw that video of the hotel y'all staying at. Now, what kind of old spooky ass hotel y'all staying
at? Man, got skulls all on the furniture. So we are in. So Doc, you know where
skulls?
They do have skulls on the chairs. The casino. We right by the casino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we downtown. Yeah, the casino.
Y'all should have stayed at Metairie, man. I couldn't go to sleep and have Lil Wayne looking at me like.
It is bizarre.
You can't even feel comfortable walking around naked in there.
Man, look, man, we and this it's a weird built room because you walk in and you come around like this thing to actually get to the bed, and you have to pass all of these paintings. It's a whole bunch of paintings. Like, man, who put this together? So then I'm like, well, let me see what the view look like, and I look at the I look at the curtains. Man, y'all see that?
The wallpaper
and the curtains got skulls on them. I'm like, man, what is going on?
And it's dark. The lighting is very like low, dim light. So you can't really be bright at night. Mm-mm. So we walked in, it's like low, dim lighting, lamps on the wall. Then you have celebrities and medieval wear paintings. And it's like, what the hell is this?
Man, this is
yeah. So Ian, if y'all can move the computer and pan it around so they can see those spooky pictures, that just looks so spooky and weird.
They over there, so
they're way far.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to walk down the hallway and turn the corner.
Yeah,
it's weird.
But man, I don't. Like it was great reviews, and there's actually downstairs is actually very beautiful. It wasn't until we got into the rooms that we were like, what the hell is going on, man? This feel evil. I don't even know if I'm asleep right in here.
Oh, we're not in the French Quarter. So this is what you would expect if you were staying in the French Quarter.
But yeah, but I mean, obviously, this is one of those hotels that nothing but tourists in. Like, we're probably the only locals in the building, besides the people that work here. This is a tourist, thing, tourist trap. This is the tourist area. So, but we were going to stay in Metairie, man, but some of them hotels in Metairie had like 3 stars, and I'm good. Old. I was reading the reviews. I ain't nah. But man, look, we got to get ready for strong September. Yeah. So I'm not clear on Brandy. I think I told her she was coming, but then I talked to her again yesterday. And I think she basically confirmed, but I don't know. Did you get any clarity?
No.
Because all she said was, I'm fiending. She said, I'm fiending. I'm going to get this girl straight. And then I don't know if she meant she'll get her straight and come and be over there. But I think, because she didn't really deny and say, oh, no, I'm not coming. She was just like, I'm fiending, So I think she may slide over there probably sometime in August.
We'll see.
August, September.
Yeah.
Because if she do come, most likely she gonna stay at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because I think each time she's only been a week, so hopefully she'll spend a little time there, man. So we had that other conversation. Let me ask you this: what are the 5 things you were looking forward to doing in SA this time? Now that you're going to be there for an extended period of time.
Basically to really explore SA other than just, Santon and Four Ways, all the hot spots. I want to see, other parts of Johannesburg, because so far I've probably only seen maybe 5% of Johannesburg, but Johannesburg is so humongous. And so most people end up going to Santon or Four Ways or Rosebank. Those are the major areas, but there's so many other cities and towns outside of that need to be explored. Want to be able to hang out with some of the people that I've already met, and looking forward to meeting new people too. Sandilli, I've heard his name multiple times. Hopefully one day I get a chance to meet Josie Gold. I see him all the time on the chats.
Yeah.
Looking forward to meeting some people. That's there. That's number 2. 3, to eat. I want to visit other restaurants and stuff. There's so many restaurants. You'll spend a lifetime trying to visit every restaurant in Johannesburg. It's just so many restaurants, so many different places to eat. And so that's number 3. Number 4, I'm looking forward to, meeting with people for business opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And number 5, basically to kick it with y'all, man. We're just gonna have fun, man. Just
turn up.
Just wake up and say, let's do something, whatever.
Back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
So you mentioned eating. I was thinking about doing a meetup like next Saturday. Maybe next Saturday or Saturday, this coming Saturday, I should say. I don't know. What does South African family think about that? Doing a little short meetup, or should we wait until strong September, sweet September, sophisticated September?
Nice, man.
Why not do both?
Okay, well, you could do both.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about doing one Saturday. Maybe we'll just do it at Black Bistro. Black Bistro was the first one we did, right? And that's in Bryanston.
Yeah.
It's a little smaller place or whatever have you, but I think that'd be appropriate. I don't know how many people will show up, but maybe we'll do another video tomorrow where we'll kind of have that thought out and planned out and have his the address of the place and all that. But I think it'll be cool. That'll be like that'll be our little baby welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Very
SA.
baby.
Very baby. Not major. Just I just want to start connecting with the people, the everyday people, the most important. So if y'all, let me see if whoever watching, if y'all think it's cool to have a little like a little meetup on Saturday, put a 1 in the live chat. I saw somebody else do that. Put a 1 in the chat if you think we should have a meetup.
Yeah. If you see no ones, you'll be like, okay.
We won't have it. I'll be like, cool. I get the message.
We won't be meeting it.
Yeah, I get the message. So yeah, so let's see. And I don't see no one, so maybe not. Oh, no, I see more there. Yeah, let's see. Let's talk about. Oh, so Doc, before you jumped on, I was talking about real estate. So I apologize for jumping the whole conversation. I just want to get back to it. So the process is extremely similar. So after you find a property that you like, there's actually a home inspector that you can go and find. I found a guy, his name was Jean Mark. And he was, get in touch with him. Yeah, I do. I need to talk to him. He was phenomenal. He'll go in and he would give us as we were shopping for different units, he would give us, and this is from the United States, he would give us like a 200-page report on the property. Everything from, if you open the kitchen cabinet, this little screw is loose, making the kitchen cabinet shake. And then he will give the estimated cost of repair, right? So the estimated cost of repair. So now you have your report, you know what's good with your property. At one point, I had sent John Mark to so many properties, we just stopped doing the written report, and he would just tell me, no, that's not the one. just too raggedy. Nah, it needs too much work, or this is not the right area, neighborhood. Now this.
And he always gave us like the context of the neighborhood. So he would like the area you're moving into, he would give us a little bit of history. Absolutely. Like, here's kind of what's happening in this area. So it was great to have him like eyes on the ground. He
would tell us, okay, this neighborhood it used to be this and it changed into this, or this end of the neighborhood is better than that. He had an understanding of that. So now after the home inspection, which is, this obviously the same process, I know some people may be interested in the financing process. Unfortunately, I can't tell you about the financing process per se. Only thing I can tell you is that I've heard over and over that you can get financing if you are an American, but you have to put 50% down. But I've also heard someone else say that there may be other banks that will finance up to 80%. Or something like that. I'm 70%. I'm not on how like risk averse the bank is. Yeah, so I'm not sure, but I definitely know that the thing that I've heard the most is that you would have to put 50% down. But with that being said, home prices are, if you're just looking to buy an apartment, right? Maybe this is about 300, maybe about 400 square feet, 450. Apartment, depending on where you're buying, $30,000-$40,000 to buy the apartment. So you may not want to finance such a small amount, Yeah. And I mean, we know 30,000-40,000 is a big amount to a lot of people. Financing cars at that amount. Right. But I mean, in terms of buying a place that you actually own, there are different type of titles. And Doc, we'll get back to you. I just want to finish this off with this. There are different type of titles. So you have a standalone title, like for a house that you buy that you buy as a single house, or you can buy and people like from New York or Chicago may be familiar with this, like a sectional title, right? So a sectional title is like buying an apartment in an apartment building. Right. So there you own that section of that apartment building. And you then become a part of the body corporate is what they call, right? And there's fees associated with being a part of body corporate. There's responsibilities. Then you have to, keep your plumbing and all this stuff in working order. Body corporate meetings. Body corporate meetings, right. The management company is that manages the building and all of the services. They have to present to the body corporate, make collective decisions. So it's fun. I think it's fun. Oh, we got buku ones. Yeah, we got buku ones. Yeah, we're gonna do that thing. So tomorrow,
now you put a one, try to show up.
Yeah. Tomorrow, look for a video where we do a real quick video, 10, 15 minutes, and we'll have the name of the place. And then maybe on Wednesday, we'll do another video as a reminder. And yeah, okay, we'll do it. But let's Doc, let them get some of these
Yeah.
some of
Doc
these.
Nikki said you got to put 50% down. That's what
Okay.
we've heard. Someone else asked about mortgage rates. We've never taken a mortgage or a bond in South
Right.
Africa, so we don't
What I
know.
heard is around between 6 and 7% right now, from what I heard.
67%.
Yeah,
But
it
That's
used to
about to be what it's going to be in the US.
That's a little high. Yeah, that's
But
what it
interest
used to
rates are
be.
coming up here.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I just think that's the nature of the world that we're in. But
Yeah.
yeah, 6 or 7%. Yeah, that's high.
Hey, it was 9 to 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 10%.
Wow.
So 6 is a deal.
Yeah.
Back when you get a mortgage, like 2%, 1.5.
Yeah,
How good your
Credit was, yeah.
Days are over, huh?
Let's see. Okay, they're talking. Let's see. Doc Tasha's and took all of my money. I know she said. Doc Nikki said Tasha's took all of her money.
Doc Nikki said it's 8.25%.
What?
Mm.
It went up, yeah.
Pay that thing off. If you get
Yeah.
pay it off quickly.
Yeah.
Someone else said 9%. Okay.
Yeah, that those whew, for
It's just a coffee.
yeah, that's a lot.
Hey.
Yeah, so it would be best if, to speaking to the African American family who asking about real estate, it might be best to secure financing in the US.
Right. With these
And then
rates.
yeah, because at least you might get a 3 or 4% rate here versus 8.9 to 9%. That's that's a lot.
Even if
What banks in the United States that do financing for out of the country properties? Because I haven't came across one yet.
No, you don't do it like that. You're gonna have to just get a private loan,
home equity
loan, or a line of credit.
Oh,
or
okay.
if you have a property that you already own in the US, like you own flat out, then you can borrow against that equity in that home, whatever have you. But unless I don't know, unless you got big time money and they you got 900 credit score. I think the credit score only go up to 850. You got a 900 credit score. They might be able to let you borrow some money to go there. But if you can get a line of credit, see, I think that's the most important thing to me is like if you can get a line of credit from a bank in the US, then you can really purchase some properties, pay it down, and keep going, whatever have you, to get to where you need. But and it also depends on what that line of credit is, because if you get like a home equity loan, or if your line of credit is based on your home's equity, and you only have 100,000, 150,000 in equity, I mean, you can definitely get a nice house in that state, but you may not be able to get that, the one that we all dream about, Dane Ferns and all that.
$5 million
rand. The 5 million rand home. You can get you a nice house.
You might need to live within your means.
Well, that ain't work for me because I'm homeless, and you too.
Me too, bro. I'm in a hotel in my own city, man. Around tourists. This ain't even the area where we be at. You know what I mean?
Unless we're tourists.
Yeah, man. So, well, bro, I'm looking forward to March, man. You want to go through some of these comments?
Oh, chilling with the Charles in the house.
Bam, just like that. Yeah. So Dr. Nikki says secure financing in the U.S. $50,000 in the U.S. can get you $1 million rand home. Deshaun, but Doc is right.
Just need to jump on.
US, you can get a good deal with a strong dollar here. Yep.
Drop the link.
Let me drop the link.
Because I feel like Nikki just need to jump in.
Yeah, come on, Doc Nikki. Dr. Nikki just got back maybe 2 weeks ago from SA. Maybe it was less than that. Maybe less than that. She just got back. She had an awesome time in South Africa. And if I'm not mistaken, she knows all this information about the home prices and the interest rate.
Fresh.
She must be looking to move.
Right.
Hey, y'all, this is I'm sorry, I want to say this. I don't know if my South African family knows who Michael Baisden is. I know y'all know everybody else, but Michael Baisden was a big time radio guy in the States. He was like the other Tom Joyner. He was the other Steve Harvey. He was on like 85 radio stations and syndication. This guy was pretty big. So on Facebook the other day, he makes 3 days ago now, he makes an announcement. I'm moving to Cape Town, South Africa. He went there for a visit and he came back and he's like, yeah, so I got this party happening next week in Las Vegas. It was meant to be this, but that's gonna be my going away party because I'm moving. And the thing about it, I hear South Africans and again, they have the right to critique and criticize their government. In fact, it's their responsibility because they want to improve their nation and their democracy. But those of us from the outside, especially a certain type of Black folk from the outside, we get there and we see Wakanda forever. We see like this is paradise. We understand they have problems. We're not retarded and we're not blind to it, right? We understand that there are problems, but from the outside looking in, it's like here Michael Baisden is a multimillionaire. He has fame, he has notoriety, he has power and position, he has influence, and he says, yeah, I'm moving to Cape Town, South Africa. So it should tell our South African family something to maybe to re-examine what they see when they look around their country. I know a lot of them see the beauty and they see the potential and the opportunity, but often I hear a lot of critiques. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the ANC right now, right? But I'm just letting you know, there's a lot of people that's looking like, nah, South Africa is it. So let's see what I thought Dr. Nick was gonna jump on. Somebody said, bam, 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 just like that. You relocate to the SA. Bam, bam, bam. Loan is not cheap. It's not for a mortgage, $1 strong. Okay. From Chi-Town, can't blame him. Basin, she says Basin is here from Chi-Town. Can't blame him. Yes, I'm watching him. I was watching him about Cape Town. I'll be at his party.
All right.
Yeah, Monzi forever. Chilling with the child. Okay, Doc Nikki said, give her a second. She gonna jump on. We're gonna have the doctors on, all these old doctors, Negro.
So where's Dr. Nikki from?
Dallas.
Okay.
From Texas, yeah.
Okay.
She's a Texan because she gonna one day I look like the Saints was playing somebody. She gonna send me a message about some old Dallas, Texas, man.
Somebody asked if you were gonna miss the Saints.
I don't care nothing about the Saints, man. Saints ain't won a championship. Saints ain't won a championship since 2009. Let's please. We used to be talking about.
Carl, you got to. We didn't have a football team, so Saints was the closest thing we had.
Yeah,
I'm more of a Saints fan than you then.
Yeah, probably so. Let me tell you, man. 2009, it was like, oh man, when they won that Super Bowl, it was like, I don't know. It was Mardi Gras and the Essence Fest all rolled into one. And we held on to that hope for over 10 years. It's 12 years, 13 years. We still talking about, we won the Super Bowl. Man, a decade ago, a child that was born when y'all won the Super Bowl is in middle school now. You know what I'm saying? No. I like, once Drew Brees left, really, his arm was shot about 3 years ago. Maybe his arm was shot a long time ago. And that's how proficient of a quarterback he is. He was still able to compete in the NFL with an arm that was shot. But that last year he played, Man, I wanted to jump on and whip Drew Brees' butthole. I wanted to whip the butthole, not butthole behind. I was gonna say, I was gonna say put my foot in his butthole, but anyway.
That is not right, bro.
Oh, it didn't sound right. Whip his butthole. What is Doc talking about? Oh man,
I put some oil on it.
That's one of them clips they take out of context. What he said.
Yeah, better ready to fight me. That's why I don't want to get it on the YouTube beat. But I'll tell you, I'm gonna fight you. I promise you. Mafundo.
You were so loud in the show right now.
Mafundo. Yeah, that's Doc Nicky. What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? Look at you. You know what? I heard you talking noise. You know, we got to talk. Our Cowboys is everything. Win, lose, or draw.
Man, well, when the last time they've been had a championship?
Don't you worry about it.
Sorry, it was the 70s, 80s, I think it was.
No, it was not. Y'all being messy. Y'all being messy.
So what's happening, Doc? How was your trip?
Man, it was everything. It was literally everything. I didn't know how wound up I was until I got there. Yeah. Being there and being in a space where you have to get in tune with yourself. You realize that you realize the things that you're lacking at home when you go to South Africa. Mm-hmm. And I knew immediately that has to be a place where I go and decompress, period. Mm-hmm. So it reminded me when I got back home, as soon as I got off the plane, I thought about that video you posted where you was like, depression just seeped in. Man, Carla and I got home, I was so long-faced. I was like, this is terrible. Good Lord.
Did you have an attitude where you snapping on people and stuff for like a week?
You know what? I didn't want to talk to nobody. Yeah. So for a long time, people were still wondering whether or not I was still in South Africa because I'm home. How long you been home? I'm almost 2 weeks now. So, so yeah, it's I don't know. I love South Africa. I can't express how much I love South Africa. It's the people, it's the vibe, of course it's the food. Man, look real quick. Carl and I went to several restaurants, but Tasha's and Preemie, they knew the moment we stepped in where our seat was. They was like, okay. They knew what drink to order, and but that's that attention to detail. Yeah, that you don't get here in the States. Mm-mm. I came home and I was like, well, let me get a corny dog or whatever from Sonic. I pull up to the window. The girl go, "What you want?" I was like, I love South Africa for this.
It is. I don't know if you met Dr. James. No. Dr. James, this is Dr. Nicky. Dr. Nicky, this is Dr. James.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
I see Mfundo. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't want to mispronounce them. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. Just like that. What's going on, brother? Yeah, I've seen this brother. I know him. Where you from? You from the Southern Wall?
Oh no, we can't
hear you. You're not on mute.
No, I'm here. Huh?
Sorry, we gotta give him a couple seconds.
Give him a second, he'll come back, man. Look, bro, that see that you see behind that with all the pictures on the wall? That's the black people do that all over the world. You see his picture back with the family photos.
Look like that's your cousin right there.
That's so that's a black thing. That's a black thing. We do that. That's deeply in our genetics. So Doc, either one of y'all. Well, no, let's talk about Dr. Nikki. Do you when are you planning on returning? Because that was your second trip to SA. When you plan on returning?
So we will be back for a year in June next year, starting June next year. However, I don't think I will make it.
I'm gonna take a quick trip.
A couple of quick trips.
So I was like, maybe I need to go back for like 10 more days or so to scout out Johannesburg, because this first go was we spent a month in Cape Town to see where about we stay and stuff when we spend our 6 months next year. So I was like, well, we haven't scouted out Johannesburg yet. Maybe I need to go back in December or November to see, where we're about to stay. So we're in talks over there right now, but we'll be back in June next year.
Man, that's wonderful. Nice. That is wonderful. You mentioned that feeling of depression, man. I was thinking it's like being in a toxic relationship and then getting somewhere and somebody loving you properly, caring for you. You come home, they got you, they got the food cooked and the house smell good and clean. You be like, wait a minute, God dog it. That last person was beating on me and cheating on me, and now this person loving me right, and you telling me I gotta leave this person who loving me right and go back and get my behind whipped? I don't want to go back. This ain't fair, God. God, we need to have a discussion about fairness and equity. No, man.
Yeah, it's the small things you notice that you don't have at home, and it's just crazy that neighborly feel. That we didn't meet any strangers in South Africa, and that was wild. Like being in Texas, everybody likes to boast about that Southern hospitality. However, no, that ain't what that look like. Go to South Africa, that's what that Southern hospitality is supposed to look like.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, but I'll tell you what though, I do like Texas. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do. I married a girl from Texas.
Come on now.
Cool. Listen, Doc, if she didn't want, she the one who want to stay here in New Orleans, I was like, let's move to Houston, let's move to Dallas. I got about 20 friends in Dallas. She was like, oh no, I don't ever want to go back to Texas.
I don't want to live in Texas.
So
it's cool.
We got stuck in New Orleans.
Texas is real. Like I'm gonna keep it 100. If I was to live anywhere in the States, in the world outside of South Africa, it has to be Texas. For me, it's family. It's home. It's that that familiar feeling and stuff, and and I love it here. I love it, but I hate it here. It's time to move on.
Yeah, let me tell you. Did you know Michael Basin talked about? He mentioned this specifically in his live video when he made his announcement that he's moving to Cape Town. He said, when I got to Cape Town and Johannesburg, it was like Atlanta in the 90s, where everything was lively and on fire and just a lot of moving and shaking taking place. When I got there, I did a video. I said, it's like Atlanta and it's like Houston. It's like, Houston, I'm talking about Johannesburg specifically. Houston is, I didn't realize Houston wasn't majority Black until recently. I thought it was all Black people in Houston, but it's not. But that's the vibe you get. So a lot of times our South African people I've met, and they'd be like, well, what's it like in the States? I was like, well, drive around Josie if you want to know what Houston is like, or you want to know what Atlanta is like, drive around. That's the vibe you get. So Mfundo. I don't know if I'm saying that man name right. Let me.
I must say, your wife, she does really pronounce the South African words very well. It's Mfundo.
I think y'all be slick trying to shoot y'all shot at my wife. Yeah. Everybody want to tell me about, she pronounces it. She's so pretty today. Hey man, I'm talking about, I'm a little touch.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm really sorry to invade your meeting, but I just want to say, you know what? I'm from South Africa, but I'm currently living in Sweden now.
Sweden?
And I must say, watching your videos really make me proud to be South African, and then So I'm really,
Oh,
really
man.
proud of you guys. And I think you do well in South Africa. It's so funny that I was in London at a time. And one of my friends, he's from South Africa, lives in London. And he said, oh, have you seen Asad and his wife on YouTube? I said, who's Asad? He said, a couple that is moving to South Africa. So I must say, there's quite a lot of people that know about you guys. And I must say,
Wow.
South African are really, really proud of you guys. And I think it'd be nice to have more of you going to South Africa.
Man, I thank you so much for that, man. And I mean, does my heart well to hear that, because we love South Africa too. We love the people.
Yeah.
We always say the greatest natural resource South Africa has is not diamonds and gold. It is the people. The people are the greatest resource, the most warm and welcoming people that we've met. So we thank you for that, brother. And I was saying about them pictures in the background. That's universal black. That's if you want to know if you're in a black people person's house, that's black people stuff right there.
Yeah, those are my kids. I have 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy.
Oh man, that's wonderful.
Yeah, but I must say, I think you guys, you do well in South Africa. I think most important, your attitude. I mean, you're going there, you're not going there as an arrogant people, but you're going there to learn, but also what you guys can also deposit into South Africa. So I do believe that you would do exceptionally very well in South Africa.
Thank you so much, man. And hopefully when you return from, how long are you in Sweden? Are you working there or you just visit? I mean,
we've been here since 2013. So we moved here just mainly for my wife's studies. And since then we've been here, now for more than 8 years. And we normally go down to South Africa December because it's summer that time and it's winter here. So hopefully this December we will be going down to South Africa.
Man, well, hopefully we'll see you.
Hopefully
we'll see you.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pronounce this issue. Polo. Polo, can you hear? Uh-oh, he froze up.
Oh, he did freeze.
Oh man, Polo, we'll get, hopefully I'm gonna mute you until you. Oh, there he is. There he is. Polo, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
All right, brother.
Hey.
Polo,
How's it
how
going?
old are you? About 17?
No, I am 29.
I know you're lying. Boy, 29.
Man,
Yes,
no.
Oh,
I thought he was 18, man.
No, I'm 29.
For real?
You drinking that living water.
Hey, what you call it? The oxygenated water. What you call it? That boy got it. Man, give me your skincare routine, man. What you do?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Stay out the sun.
Not in New Orleans or Texas. I don't know if y'all can see the I don't want to show it to you. But go ahead, brother. What's going on?
I just joined because I saw you guys were live. But I just want to say, I'm sorry the visa process is taking so long. As South Africans, I feel ashamed seeing that play out on YouTube of how slow our bureaucratic processes are. But keep strong. You're well on your way.
That's no problem because we understand that there was there has to be some processes put in place so that they could stop and correct a lot of illegal immigrants, right? That to me, that just shows a nation state that cares about its people and its democracy. So with that being said, the embassy was gracious enough to say, well, here, take your passports, you can move around, and we'll just call you once your visa's in. And fortunately, we did hear that that they completed up to April's backlog, and now they're working on May and June's backlog. And we applied in May. So it may be any day now, it may be a month or two, but yeah, it's squared away. But we actually do appreciate that. I mean, I wish we would have known in the beginning that this was gonna happen. You know, like that they were actually doing it. Then I would have maybe made different plans, but it's all right because everything works out the way they're supposed to work out. Mm-hmm. John Steinbeck said the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. You want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. You know, so we squared away.
I need to get back to doing something I was busy with. I just wanted to say that, like, yo, man, I feel ashamed. I'm sorry.
Don't feel ashamed, brother.
I'm
Don't feel
apologizing,
ashamed.
but
Yeah, don't
it's
feel
good to see
ashamed.
you guys.
Unless
So
you
I'm
work at
glad you-
DHA. You work at DHA?
No, I don't. I don't. Anyway,
Don't feel ashamed, brother. It's
enjoy the
all
rest
good.
of the life. I'll catch the rest of the stream on YouTube.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for jumping on.
All right, man.
Man, uh-oh. All right. So Dr. James, what are y'all plans in terms of moving, making that permanent move? I know you and I know. I just figure you maybe want to share with the people.
Well, we're going to be going back and forth. We still have family here and all that. And so we're going to be there from August 28th through October the 3rd. Then we're going to come back in December. I don't know exactly when, but probably middle of December. And we're going to stay through New Year's. And then I guess we'll be coming back every couple of months. So,
yeah.
But meantime, we're going to, try to get some stuff happening over there. So hopefully probably within 2 years, we'll be there full time. But for right now, we are going to be part-time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody got to make their way. And Doc, she didn't got off camera.
Yeah.
She was giving us a lot of information about home buying. So
Yeah, Doc.
she got something in the works.
So Doc, you Doc Mickey, you were looking into buying a home over there, or you were
Yes. Yeah. Look, I wasn't playing no games. I was serious. I was like, we got to make this thing happen. Even though I can't make SA home permanently right now. I can still make that my vacation spot, spend half of the year there. I can still do things there because I work remotely. So looked into, one of the things I learned is here in the States, you can see, you can just choose a real estate agent, and that real estate agent has unlisted, a total amount of listings around the US period, or wherever they're licensed at, right? So
Right.
They can show you anything, but there you have certain agents to show certain places. And
Right.
so I'm like, I wish it was, I had a one-stop shop with one person and be like, look, I want to see all these different places, but it's not like that there. So we looked into a few places in Sea Point, in the CBD area. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, the find a spot and turn it into like a Airbnb or something, a vacation rental spot. And the process is very easy. I thought it'd be more complicated, but it's not. The only thing is you have to decide whether or not you want to use financing at home, like so your bank or whatever, to get some, a private loan or something like that, because you do need, as Americans, and it's different for different places. So as Americans, we have to put down 50% of the cost of the home, right? And so you hear 50% of a home, you're like, golly, that's a lot of money. But if you're doing like a studio or even a 1-bedroom or whatever, your 50% down could be as low as, $40,000, $50,000. So if you can secure $50,000 and finance it at home, or if you already have it, then you put that down, and your monthly can be as low as $200 to $300, maybe $400 per month. So it's all in how you want to make that thing work for you financially. I know I would want us to have a spot there that at the end of the day, the location matters more than anything, because you want to generate, some revenue so that it can pay for itself. So that's why Sea Point, Sea Point, Camps Bay, all those areas will be really beneficial because of the location.
Yeah. So I hear you talking about those areas of Cape Town, and Cape Town is probably the hot tourist spot, if I'm not mistaken. I think Joburg is the business hub, but a lot of people go to Cape Town to do a lot of tourism, whatever have you. Because the prices that you were mentioning, I was like, oh, those prices are a little different in Joburg.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the average price in those areas.
Yeah,
for
Joburg is
bedroom.
Joburg is a little cheaper.
Yeah, you can get a
Yeah,
whole
Joe-
apartment for 50,000, 60,000.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
get one bedroom for, it just depends. I've seen some around $60,000, $70,000 for one bedroom.
yeah.
And that's
I mean,
one
we-
of the things that we noticed too, is that there's a huge price gap. So that means there's a wealth gap between Joburg and Cape Town. And so, you know, you learn those particulars and stuff like that. And one of the things I know is that a lot of you learn from talking to the people, you learn from the agents and stuff, is that a lot of people from Joburg go to Cape Town during December. During the, you know, at that time, that's where everybody's really vacationing and stuff like that. So I was like, for me, it would just make more sense, because we're not living there permanently, to make the decision to buy based off of that.
Yeah, definitely. But Dr. James, you were saying what now about the prices?
No, I was just saying that the prices, I've seen studios for about 50,000, 45, 50. One bedrooms can be anywhere from 50 to 75, 80. It just depends on the area and how big it is. But yeah, those prices in Cape Town seem like they're a lot higher than Johannesburg.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to kind of do the same thing. We're looking to, you know, do Airbnb and just that way.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I think that I'm going to focus on Josie, but I do want, and I was telling Dr. James yesterday, I do want to get something in Cape Town because it is the I think it's the tourist hub, you know.
Yeah, and we live in a tourist city, so we know what Airbnb can do.
Yeah, so definitely. But I'm going to get my money straight now. I know the numbers are like that. I'm going to have to.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to save up, get my OnlyFans on.
That's you funny, boy. I tell you. Listen, but it really, that price point, it really depends on if you're close to the water. If you're closer to the ocean or whatever, the prices are definitely going to be higher. And so, you know, where we stayed when we were there, we were like a few 100 feet or so away from the ocean. So that right there, of course, is going to be high, you know. But there's a lot of places in the CBD area that are much cheaper, right? That's more affordable, whatever. Whereas if you're paying the 50% down, the further away you go away from the ocean, the more affordable it is to pay the straight up out of pocket.
Okay. Mandela. Can you hear us? All right. Oh. Uh-oh. Gone. Bam, just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. So let me see. Let's go through some of these comments right quick. I see Josie Gold on here. Doc, they say you look like somebody from Soweto.
Hey, that's home too. Listen, when we was up in Soweto, I said this reminds me of Oak Cliff. So yeah. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Let's see. Oh Lord, I'm not gonna read no negative comments. Let's see. Shout out to Josie Gold. What's up, family from the Rock? Well, we welcome the good doctor home. We will never tire to welcome those who are choosing South Africa, the great, as their new home. We will never stop developing our beloved country for all of us. That's beautiful. Sephora said that. Somebody want to know why the tax is so high in South Africa. I'm getting a home in Joburg and the vacation properties in Durban and Cape Town. You got big money. Let me hold something.
Yeah.
Cape Town, Camps Bay, and Clifton is not priced for South African beach mansion for 100 million rand. No,
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
That's obviously not what we're talking about.
Yeah, I ain't talking about nothing like that.
somebody else's life.
Yeah, let's see. You should check out smaller towns in around Cape Town, for example, Paarl, Stellenbosch.
Yeah. Ooh.
I can't pronounce those names.
Ooh, Stellenbosch. Oh my gosh.
Tell me about it. I never heard of it.
Beautiful Wyland area. So Friendship, you know, yeah, you go further out or whatever. You are more in the natural landscape of everything. The mountains, the wineries, you know, the vineyards, everything is just so beautiful out that way. Stellenbosch is really a beautiful place. So yeah, I think I done turned into I done turned into a South African. I done turned into, I'm South African now. Shoot.
Yeah,
but it's these places. So, and then everything is not that far. So, you know, if you do live more outward or, you know, more inland or whatever, it's not but 20-minute drive, or, you know, if you want to get to the beach, it doesn't take that long. So,
So all right, I gotta check that. So I'm gonna say this, Dr. Nikki and Thomas from Chilling with the Charleses, and a few other people in the comments have convinced me that I gotta give Cape Town another try. Right? I didn't say I didn't dislike it the first time. It was just all right to me, you know. I didn't get that feeling like I got with Josie, right? But listening to you guys talk about Cape Town, listening to Thomas talk about Cape Town, listening to the comments of people, and then watching other videos, it's like, man, I don't know, maybe our experience wasn't curated as properly. You know, we kind of freestyled it. We
did freestyle it.
Yeah, because we were more interested in going to
stay here.
Yeah. We were more interested in getting to safari, right? So our goal was, you know, we was just in Cape Town for like 2-3 nights. Boom, we flying to Josie and driving to safari. So that was our goal or whatever have you. So I don't think I really gave Cape Town is a proper attention, a proper look over. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to when Doc James comes in Sweet September, Sensational September, Strong September.
Yeah.
Right. When he comes in September and they take their side trip to Cape Town, I may just take a side trip out there to see what I can see. You know, because I always did. We saw Table Mountain. We went to the Cape of Good Hope. We went to a restaurant called Bismillah twice, and it's good in the Bo-Cap region. It's very good. And I think that's about it. That's all I can name.
Yeah, we didn't do too much.
Yeah, so I didn't really get to experience Cape Town, and I've been out here talking about, I ain't like Cape Town, blah, blah, blah. I like Josie, without really saying I experienced it. So I know if you guys were there, you guys were there for about a month, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be there.
But I think it was the feel for you, though.
It was.
It was the feel for you. Like Cape Town felt like it was a little slower, a little more laid back, relaxed. I think you like the Joe Hustleberg.
Yeah.
I think you like the get out, get it, run, make it happen. That energy that exists there. So I
think for me, initially, I was 100% sold on Joburg for the simple fact that I love being around Black people, right? I love that vibe. And when you go to South Africa, you have the colors. You learn this when you go there, right? You have the your Blacks, you have the colors, you have, of course, the Afrikaans and stuff. So you learn about the difference there, when you get there. But I love the vibe and the familiar feeling I got when I was in Joburg, right? That I love that pace. I love the beauty of it. But when spending that time in Cape Town for a month, it tapped in another side that was more therapeutic for me. So, as a therapist, you explore what things tap into your soul that make you be more at peace, more centered, right? And so being with the people, spend a lot of time with the locals and everything, and going to Mojo Market, going to the various markets and all that stuff, I realized that that's essential too. You can't have Cape Town without Joburg. You have to have both, right? I can't see myself being 100% in Joburg and not in K-Town. So it's just balance. It creates balance for me. So I think that's what it did. K-Town changed my mind big time. Spending a month there, I was like, sold. Where can I buy a house? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Nikki, let me ask you this question. For the whole month, were you operating as a tourist, or did you settle down and became just a everyday person, you know, like going to the grocery store, cooking at home, or were you out and about every day being a tourist for 30 days?
No, I think the tourist aspect was really maybe the first week. I mean, we went there before, so we hit up Simonstown, we hit up all the other areas, the coastal parts of, of Cape Town and everything. We already did that. So when we came back, there was a few things that we wanted to do again because we liked it the first time. But this time it was like, yo, we here every day for 30 days. So what are we going to do? So we hit up markets. What the locals do, they love going to the markets on the weekends. They love going to see live bands play at Mojo Market. We were at Mojo Market a lot.
We did Mojo.
Seeing reggae artists, seeing all, they even called a rugby game one day in the market there, because people they don't be at home, they go out. So that's what we did. We spent a lot of our time out in them streets, just as if we were a part of the locals.
Okay,
cool.
Did you make a lot of friends while you were down there?
I did. I made some. So this is the thing, you go in thinking you're going to make some business connections and stuff like that. And, you want to, because of the things that I want to do, definitely, I have to make connections there in South Africa. So I went in thinking, hey, I'm going to make some business connects. And these people are like hitting me up like, hey, they checking on me. They like want to see, it's like you're friends now. You become friends. I had a couple of Uber drivers that are like my friends. For real, like they hit me up. We talk to each other, check on each other. So yeah, I had that moment to be able to do that. I didn't go in with the intention. I'm just glad that things happen organically there. So yeah.
I just want to say I saw a comment that says, remember I said, let me hold something to the rock. The rock said, Asad, man, what you need to hold, brother? I got $1 million easy. Slide me the $1 million.
She gonna say, I got a bag in this
right there.
cut off.
Go ahead, slide me the $1 million.
That's what
I got you. Man, but let's see. Joburg is a large city. There are good parts and parts.
Yeah.
All right. They're in the comments right now going back and forth. So somebody says Durban equals Chicago. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's like Chicago in terms of
Hope not.
I hope not.
Right, like wow.
Hey, because I'm from the worst city in the states in my mind, but I ain't going to Chicago. They really out there killing.
You just gotta stay on certain parts of Chicago.
I don't want to stay nowhere in Chicago.
Chicago's a beautiful city.
Is bomb. So if they could equate, and we ain't talking about the negative parts, but if we equate Durban to Chicago and the pace and the beauty of it, I'm now open to check out Durban. I don't know, see what Durban got.
I heard Durban has a lot of Indian influence there. So there's a lot of like curries and I'm fat. So I'm thinking about the foods and stuff, Yeah, so I heard a lot of spice places you can buy spices and stuff like that. And someone also told me that they're developing that Durban coastline to compete with the beaches of Cape Town. So in fact, the brother told me, he was like, you might want to look, because I was like, I'm gonna do the Cape Town, and this was a South African brother. He was like, you might want to buy some of that land, maybe northern in Durban, I don't know if it's northern, and hold it and wait as the development comes, and then maybe sell as they begin to develop. So, but I haven't been to Durban to really get a feel of it, to see what it's like, but I'm definitely going to go in the next maybe 2 months or so and check it out. Because I think it's only like a couple of hour drive from Johannesburg. Yeah. So, Dr. Nikki, you mentioned Cape Town felt more therapeutic. Now, I guess I want to get in momentarily just into, I guess, I'm not a serious, but I want you to put on your therapist cap and maybe talk about the trauma that Black people deal with both consciously and subconsciously in the United States, and how visiting not only South Africa, but other parts of Africa can be therapeutic. Why is it therapeutic? Why is, as I said, I won't lead any more to the question. Why is it therapeutic?
It's therapeutic because you are forced to get back to your roots, right? Go back to basics. Even when you think of the food, you think of the medicine, everything is more natural. You don't have all the extra preservatives. You don't have all the extra unnatural things and things that you are consuming, whether it's visually through your food. Everything I saw and everything that I encountered with all my senses was natural. And that is the healing aspect. You know, when you think about when you're sick here in the States and stuff, you know, you get your NyQuil, you get all that stuff, but our grandmothers and our great grandmothers made hot toddy. When I was in South Africa, I saw hot toddy. What? Package, right? Like, how do you do that? So it's the natural aspect that is therapeutic. We consume so much garbage on a day-to-day basis, where you're Black in America, no matter what your status is financially, you're in survival mode. Regardless of what you do, going out in the streets, you driving your nice car, you live in your nice community, you still don't belong there. So there's this sense of community and feeling like I belong somewhere. You know, yes, we will immigrate. We will not be naturally born or naturally from South Africa, but a huge piece of us belongs on the continent.
Yeah,
we come from the continent. So knowing that and going from that mindset, you naturally, your shoulders drop, right? You don't feel the tension in your neck. You don't feel the tension in your back. You know, everybody say, you know, oh, you know, it's dangerous there. You know, you're gonna, you know, what about this? What about that? But what about at home? When you step outside of your home and go to church, there's no guarantee that you're coming out of church, right? You go to a grocery store in the States, don't get me started. You go to a grocery store in the States, just trying to get a meal for your family, but there's no guarantee you coming out of that grocery store. So to go in a place, be in an environment where you don't have to worry about those pressures on a day-to-day basis is instantly therapeutic. Yeah. I was looking at, Carla and I was looking at the sunsets, and even the sunset in South Africa looked more beautiful than at home, right? You say we look at sunsets at home. Don't be different. Don't go there and act brand new. That's what I say. Nikki, don't go there and act brand new. No, I'm not being brand new. I'm being authentic. Like, it's that peace that you get, that level of serenity that you get in being in an environment where you can just be, is the most peaceful thing that you can ever encounter. Black women, I'm speaking to my sisters right now. One of the things in the States is we naturally have to become hardened to survive, right? That's true. You lose that femininity. You can't afford to be feminine in the States, right? You go to South Africa, and being feminine doesn't mean sexuality. So I don't want to say that, you know, that's a sexual thing you're putting off, you know, you show your cleavage. No, I'm not speaking of that. It's that being able to embrace being a woman is embraced there. You have the ability to just be who you are, and that's the therapeutic side that I got from being in South Africa. It's big. It's not just it's not a vacation spot. So that's what I got. Look, I can go on and on and on about this. So
no, you're absolutely right. Adrienne and Ashley from Africa. It was so strange. Was that Adrienne had said, she said something to me about being in Tanzania and how the women were just more feminine, right? And then we got on a live with Ashley from Africa, and she said the same, almost verbatim, the same thing. And I think that really what we're dealing with is that James Baldwin talked about going to Paris. Now, this is Paris. It's not even Africa. And he said he went to Paris and he was able to become Jimmy. He was no longer part of this out group, this homogenous group of just Negro people, right?
Yeah.
He discovered individuality. He discovered his own individual agency in Paris. And I think what we're experiencing when we're on the continent is that we know that I am going to be, even though there's black and there's white and there's color, but you know that you will be judged and you will be viewed based on who Dr. Nikki is, based on who Dr. Asad is, based on who Dr. James is, based on who Adrienne is, and not grouped in with this just out group that you what the pressure that we're feeling. You talk about your shoulders relaxing. The reason why we gotta hold our shoulders and be so tense is we carrying the weight of the entire race on our shoulders as we walk around in the United States, right? We know that everything that we do will be viewed as black people do this. Every mistake that a brother makes when he goes out and he shoots somebody and kills somebody, we know that is a reflection on our entire race. We feel it, we see it, we know how we will be treated. So that's why white folks can go into a church and randomly shoot black people. We all the same, right? It doesn't matter. They just want to kill some black people. They can go into the to a grocery store and kill our elders. It doesn't matter. They all the same. So we release that pressure. We release that weight.
That was part of the reason why I liked New Orleans and stayed for as long as I did. And then when you're talking about going back to Texas, I wasn't from Houston, but we're San Antonio, where we are a very, very small minority. So you are that out group at all times. Yeah. And so there's some pressure being relieved when you go to a place like New Orleans where it's majority black. But yeah.
And you could tell the difference between like New Orleans and other people in other black people in Louisiana who had to grow up in a city that was majority. Oh, look at that, Ashley, bam, 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 just like that. I spoke her name, bam, bam, bam.
Is this Ashley?
That is Ashley. Let me let her in.
Man, look.
Because New Orleans people ignorant. We talk back to white people. Yeah, we talk to them crazy.
I'm waiting on Thomas from Chilling with the Charles to jump in.
Yeah, so but anyway, man, yeah, you're absolutely right, Dr. Nikki. Look at bam, 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 there just like that.
There she goes.
Just like that, man. It's a family reunion.
It's a reunion.
What's up, Ashley?
What's up, Asad, Adrienne, Dr. James? Hi, Doc. Below, I haven't met you, but I feel like I know you, and I've been listening for like 30 minutes. And then right when I was like, okay, let me join. And then you just started talking about our feminine conversations. I was like, isn't that so divine?
It
must be a sign. So look, they're going crazy in the chats. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you shouts out.
I know, talking about it, trying to get back together, reconnect, and time difference changes. Everybody's doing what they got to do, to South Africa. So how you been? Are you back in Tanzania now? Or you? Yes, I'm back in Tanzania. I've been back a month now.
Oh, wow.
So we're working on our visa here. I was able to connect with an immigration support team in South Africa. So I can do everything here on the continent and don't at all have to be back and do it in the US. So I'm so grateful for that. And so far, he's been really, really great. So I'm gonna wait, obviously, until we get through the process to start being able to share like what that resource is like. But yeah, the last time I was there, I connected with this team, an attorney, kind of got really clear on what they would need from me to get some exemptions. So we're applying for the business visa. And that will support all of the girls, also getting the accompaniment visa and the transition to student visa. But that visa struggle, it's a real, it's
serious.
It is.
It's serious. I think I heard you say you better get you some money. Like, you want to be legit and have your, your paperwork right. You better be ready to
break bread.
Yeah, catch these invoices. So
yeah. So
yeah.
So what's the timeline looking like? I see we got Miss PLC coming in. This has been. I'm sorry, I was going to. I see she's coming in, and I'm going to introduce her when she jumps on. I don't know if she's going to say anything or not, but she has been like. She started prepping us months ago, like just on everything. I get emails from her, just kind of. This is what you need to do. She started prepping us on, I don't know, I think probably in 2021 or sometime, So I really appreciate her, just the love that she shows. And she's a African-American who moved to Fishhook, something like that.
I think.
It's like
outside
of Cape Town, but she moved there years ago. Like
Friendship?
Huh?
Friendship?
Maybe that's what it is. I say fish hook because that makes more sense to me in my mind. Fish hook, they go together. Word association, baby. Word association. But she's been, I think she said since 2013 she's been in SA. But yeah, so Ashley, back to your timeline. I'm sorry.
So when I spoke, we're submitting everything tomorrow.
All right.
So he asked me, he was like, how soon can you be here? And I was like, well, I mean, my timeline is December, but as early as October. But the last time that I was there, I was actually able to secure our first client. I did some paperwork on this end since we've been here, but we've got 2 South African clients. So nice. I may end up going back before we actually get everything submitted. To do some work, and I'm down to do that like September or October. But yeah, he was pretty confident that between October and December, I would have everything that I need.
Well, that's great. Well, look, let's go on and the Doc said you coming back in December, right? Dr. Nikki said she might come, and Dr. James, you said you would come back in December.
Yeah, I'm back.
Man, we got a devastated December. We got to come up with these names, man.
Decadent December.
No, we ain't gonna use that one. We're gonna use decadent December.
Dynamite. December dynamite.
Dynamite, yeah. Like JJ.
Yeah.
Not like JJ.
So, Miss PLC fell off.
Hopefully she'll come back.
Anyway,
she'll come back.
Oh, look, man, look, it's going down, man.
Wait. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Was so active in the chat. I was like, when is Thomas about to jump on? If you don't come back over here. He done got excited.
If it's not hype, he's hype. He like, oh, he bring us out. He brought us all out.
What's going on, Thomas?
What's up, y'all? How's
man,
it going?
Look.
Repping Detroit.
Yeah, always.
So let's everybody introduce, because Thomas is new to this African American South African clique thing. So maybe we'll go around. This is how I do. This is what I do for a living. We'll go around and introduce. This is, everybody work remotely. You gotta do those intros. So we'll take a moment now and let everyone introduce themselves, and then we'll get started with the meeting. Dr. James, I'll start with you. Miss PLC, it's getting crunk. Wait, before we get started with the intros, I saw that someone said something is going down. Somebody lied when he said fish hook. But someone said that it's going down in the comments. Listen, if I don't know how to do the monitor stuff and like make someone a monitor to where they could monitor the comments and delete like offensive stuff or whatever have you. So if anybody knows how to do it, send me an email, explain it to me, because I do not like sometimes these comments get to being disrespectful, and that won't be the platform. We're not gonna rock like that, That's just not how we're gonna get down here. Now, if you want to follow my Facebook page and I'm cursing everybody in New Orleans out, come on, we get that. but not on the YouTube.
Disrespect is welcome.
The disrespect is welcome when I'm on the Facebook. Yeah, because I deal with the New Orleans people because I can see them in the street. You get to talking crazy, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna find you. So anyway,
side on Facebook.
yeah, on Facebook we can go down like that. So we got Dr. James. You want to introduce? Well, you met Thomas.
Yes,
So,
me and Dr. James met.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, Thomas,
Thomas.
you to introduce yourself
Right.
to everybody.
All right. Well, my name is Thomas, and our me and my wife's page YouTube channel is Chilling with the Charles, and we released our first vlog. I think 12 days ago, and when I tell you, the support has been out of this world. Y'all, I don't know when y'all checked our page last, but we started with 5 subscribers. Yeah, we started with 5 subscribers, and I think we're at 618, and we have almost 27,000 views on that video.
Oh,
The first
Crazy.
one.
For the first one.
The crazy
Congratulations,
in
brother.
12
Congratulations
days
on that, man.
No,
Congratulations.
I think y'all were a big part of it, probably. Like y'all, I spoke to Julian.
Well,
on
when the
his live.
YouTube check come, cut me the check, then, man.
Hey, I'm seeing you about 500 Rand. I got you.
500 Rand. Oh, 20.
I got you. You're gonna be in Josie by then, so you need some Rand, brother. I got you.
Hey, man, let me say that was
they call
it
me
was
Luda
absolutely beautifully shot.
Luda.
Luda, yeah.
They going off already.
In the chat, are they?
They going off. Call me Luda
That's
again.
you, Ludacris?
Yeah, man, he do look like Luda. But look, man, it was a beautifully shot video. Let me tell you, it's 2 people, and you notice, brother, I see you communicating. See that brother Julian Albino?
Oh,
he
yeah.
makes Josie look absolutely beautiful. Just the shots he gets. I don't know if he has a drone or not, but I know you had a drone and you got some beautiful shots of Cape Town.
Yeah.
So the things you guys are doing visually, I mean, listen, we sit in front of a computer and just run our mouth. We don't have no nice shots or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you guys have, and I think that's why it took off like that. And I think that's why his videos have so much engagement, because they're just aesthetically pleasing. You know what I'm saying? He's catching shots. You guys caught the shot like with the drone coming down on you guys from the sky, coastline.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's phenomenal. So you deserve all 27,000, 30,000 views, man, because you putting in the work. Yeah, you really are making it appealing to those who have never seen Cape Town. So
and I appreciate that, but we couldn't do this without y'all, because I mean, there takes people that provide information like you, Ashley. It's a lot of more of you, and you've experienced life in a way that us younger people haven't yet. So information that needs to be provided to us if we want to make that move. We can show the fun side of it to try to get our youth, the people that are in our generation, to at least put their eyes on it. But we know the real information that's needed is what you are all providing, which is after we visit. You know what I mean? So we still gonna come right back to y'all at the end of the day after we have fun. And once we get past wanting to be a tourist for a week, on week 2, week 3, now we're looking at, how much does a house cost here? What is visa? What does citizenship look like? Those are the questions that we don't answer those questions. Right.
But that was just your first video. You got buku time. You got buku time to. Sorry, that's buku. You got a lot of time to build your brand. Yeah, buku is a New Orleans thing. You got time to build your brand, man, and how and change your value add from just the aesthetics to whatever have you. Because I'm thinking I'm gonna steal your style when I get to SA. I'm gonna buy me a drone and I'm gonna be flying over. Josie, making it look beautiful like y'all made Cape Town look beautiful. So
that's my goal. I'm gonna do it in Josie when I get there too. I want to do Josie. Yes, I want to do that when we go back in January.
Does PLC keep jumping in and out?
Doing all that editing now?
No.
That's different.
No, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire somebody.
Man, I'm over here editing. I'm over here editing the next video while I was watching y'all live, man. This thing, it's not easy.
Yeah, it
man.
is. It's a lot.
I've never done this before in my life.
Miss
This is my first
PLC,
video
I got.
ever done.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, Thomas. Miss
Oh, go
PLC.
You
can you hear us?
I'm getting reverb.
What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire. Oh, you getting reverb?
Yeah, I'm over here editing the next video.
So I'm trying not to. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. No problem. I think you just have to pause something. Something got to get paused. I'm sorry, Thomas. YouTube or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hi. How are you doing?
Can you hear us?
I'm getting reverb.
Oh, you getting reverb?
Yeah.
I'm over here editing the next video.
Okay, so I'm trying not to. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, it is.
No problem.
I think you just have to pause. Something got to get paused.
Yeah, I'm trying to go out and come back in.
Okay.
How are you doing? I'm getting reverb.
All right, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I think she said she's getting reverb, but Miss PLC is, somebody that I want her voice heard on this conversation with the last few minutes of it, because again, she moved to SA, I think in 2013, and y'all were laughing at me because it's not official. I don't even know what the name was, because people were like in the comments saying I said it wrong. But what was it, Dr. Nikki? Fishing hook?
No.
Place you get some good fish and chips, but now I think it's French hook.
French hook?
French hook. I think that's what it is. Maybe they could, if I'm saying it right, I hope everybody give me a thumbs up. But yeah, I want to be like Adrienne and be proficient in my
yeah.
my
but I think that's. But we ain't talked to Ashley, man. So Ashley, what's up, man? You went to SA, had you a good time? How long ago was that? About a month ago?
Oh, I had a great time. Do you want me to introduce myself? I can introduce
myself. Yeah, go ahead, Ashley. I think everybody know you though. They were all.
Does everybody know Ashley?
Go ahead, introduce yourself, Ashley. I think everybody knows who you are, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm Ashley. I'm Ashley. I do have a channel here on YouTube called Ashley in Africa, where I share tools about my journey living, moving, and doing business on the continent. So I really like to talk to professionals, entrepreneurs, and families about the advantages of living and doing business on the continent. So I am currently in Tanzania. I've been here almost 2 years, y'all. Like, really, October will be 2 years, but I have been spending extensive time in South Africa. So in my first year, I started a business here in Tanzania and then in South Africa, really just to like set up some structure, and have since then just, been figuring it out, but also enjoying what it's like to live, heal, grow, connect, and experience what it's like living here on the continent. So yeah,
I want you to discuss that femininity, because that's when your name came up, the femininity discussion. Mm-hmm. Take a moment because Dr. Nikki brought it up, Adrienne had brought it up to me in conversation, and you guys talked about it. So we'll piggyback on Dr. Nikki from me.
Dr. Nikki, you're a psychologist or psychiatrist?
I'm actually a licensed clinician. I'm a social worker.
Okay.
So, yeah,
well, we were actually, I was having this conversation with a dear friend, like a couple of mine here, and then some family, and we were just talking about how in America, it's a place that's fueled by toxicity. Like, let's just call it that, right? Mm-hmm. It's somewhat of abusive relationship. And so the way in which we experience America as Black people in America is through coping. And so if you've ever been in therapy, you experience it in a way that's like, you might get to a place where after doing all of this work, you come to a place of radical acceptance. And that's what clinicians or psychiatrists, therapists will tell you like, okay, well, now you understand the problem, you've processed your trauma, you've taken accountability for your work. Now you're going to have to just have this radical acceptance. And that means you're then forced to cope. You're not really able to heal. And so I think where Dr. Nikki was speaking about, that femininity is, we're all just in survival mode in America and in the US. And so we're coping and we're taking on a lot of this masculine energy that, is not necessarily a bad thing, but when there is an imbalance of masculine and feminine, it causes things like dis-ease, anxiety, depression, or just an unfamiliarity with oneself. So coming to the continent, and really just having a complete lifestyle shift where you're not working 60, 70 hours a week. You're spending more time with your friends and family. You're eating better foods. You're exposed to the sunlight. You're really involved and connected to nature. That in itself has these, healing properties that really allows you to reconnect with yourself. And redevelop a level of self-love, or at least that was my experience, where I was just really able to reconnect with myself. I'd lost myself for a really long time, and I was able to reconnect and rediscover who I was intended to be. And a lot of that was the power of my femininity, which I just hadn't been taught, hadn't really tapped into. And I saw and get to see women on a daily basis operating in that femininity. Unapologetically, and be mothers, and be domestic workers, and be international investment attorneys. And they are just able to move in that feminine energy. And it's nothing like I've ever seen anywhere else. And that in itself, like, it's so healing, it's validating, it just feels good. And that, is why, and I'm not saying I think in South Africa, it's a different vibe in South Africa, but I experienced that here. It's one of the reasons why I just love, the slower pace of being here in Tanzania, because I was really able to experience what it meant to be in my divine feminine here.
Oh, an excellent explanation. I want to ask the brothers, before we get to Kelly Scavella, I want to ask Dr. We crunk today. I want to ask Dr. James and Thomas about masculinity. And let me give some context around coming from cities, coming from New Orleans, and I know Doc is in Memphis, where it's, it ain't no joke out there. Thomas, you're from Detroit. It ain't no joke out there. There's a certain presentation of masculinity that we have. Even if we don't claim to be a gangster, we still have to be hard. We have to present as hard. We have to present as I am willing to meet any level of aggression towards me with equal and opposite response, right? And I noticed that some of the brothers I talked to in SA, and I noticed it in Tanzania where Ashley is, I would perceive them as what we would call soft, nothing to do with sexuality, soft. We hard. What? Say something. They had more of I see soft has such a negative connotation. I feel bad using it, but it is not that John Wayne masculinity where everything is our masculinity is associated with violence and aggression and stoicness and no sense of just no connection to maybe or less of a connection to humanity. I noticed that some of those brothers seemed like they were much more relaxed. Maybe is a better way of saying soft. So what do you guys think? How did it affect your masculinity in SA? Did it affect it at all?
Well, no, not really. We're living in a society now. It's a few years ago, just say 20 years ago, it was a defined definition of a man, defined definition of a woman. Right now, the definition is highly skewed. So, but I'm just saying, as a man.
No, I'm not talking about men. I'm talking about masculinity and femininity. And I think it's a little bit of difference. Yeah, I think there's a difference there.
Masculinity wise, I didn't have I say it like this. I was at more at peace and more relaxed in South Africa than in the United States. When I'm in the United States, even when I'm pumping gas, I can't relax. I have to be looking over my shoulders because people are jacking cars and stuff right now. And so, you know, it was a big debate now with something that TD Jakes said in a sermon concerning femininity and masculinity. And that's the debate right now. The thing is that I have high respect of women and the femininity that they have to deal with, because I'm not strong enough to be a woman. Y'all deal with stuff that if we as men, we don't have to deal with. We are very simple. We just grab a pair of drawers, a pair of pants, put on a hat, we out. Y'all have to do extra stuff. And that's because of the outside pressures that cause y'all to have to do that. And that's something that, you know, we as men, we don't have to deal with. But, you know, it is right that it seems like the women are becoming harder, where they say that we don't need a man, you know. And we as men, you know, it's getting to the point people saying we all need a woman, but I just think that's wrong. But that's just the breakdown of the family. We need each other. I wouldn't be the man that I am without my wife, and I don't think she would be where she is without me. We do things together. I'm a man. I'm all man, but I go shopping with my wife, and I enjoy it. You know, but I'm still a man.
Yeah,
you know, I like to cook, but I'm still a man. Don't try me. You know,
that's how I got my wife. I was cooking for her.
Yeah, that's how I kept my wife, among other things. But
Can we get back on the subject? Thomas,
what do you think about that?
Well, I definitely agree with Dr. James, and also agree with what you were saying earlier. And one of the biggest things I feel like Ms. Ashley said was speaking on balance. And I feel like there has to be balance in everything, or else it's going to just be outweighed and it becomes a negative thing, right? So like Dr. James said, you know, you should still watch over your shoulder in places where you know you could be in danger, right? But when you constantly do it and it's such a habit, it becomes a negative thing that turns into paranoia. So, and that's an uncomfortable environment. Or something as simple as like you said, I'm from Detroit. And in that space, even in just the Midwest in general, being friendly is not a good thing up there, right? It's not seen as something, it's not welcoming up there like it is in the South. Like if you could wave and say, hey, how you doing, brother? Somebody walking down the street down here in the South, right? No, I was looking, sizing people up when they, you know, like would speak to me and I didn't know them when I first moved to the South, because that's the culture in my area where I'm from, at least, is like, you don't speak to people you don't know, you don't do no favors, you don't talk to people you don't know, at least in my hood where I grew up. So that's not a good thing, but but if you're the opposite, it comes off as, you know, it's not a very masculine thing to do because you're not intimidating when you're being friendly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Smiling.
Or, smiling, something as simple as looking happy, right? Or I'll even say, like, being able to understand your emotions as a man, and a lot of them, just our culture in general, sometimes in Black culture, we're not supposed to have any emotions unless it's anger. That's the only one you're allowed to display.
That's the only one.
And that's just wrong, and it's not true. And when I was there in South Africa, I mean, I don't necessarily feel that way down here in Houston. I don't have those problems either here, but I felt it even more in South Africa, because I wasn't the one who had to be the friendly one all the time. You know, I had people being welcoming to me, or just looking at our comments in our videos. I'm just like, on our video, I'm just like, what? Like people I don't know tell me, oh man, we love you, we want to see y'all soon. And it checked me again. I'm like, dang, I'm still not being friendly enough, because look what these people are saying to me. And I decided to start reciprocating that, because I mean, they're open to it, but we're sometimes we can be so brainwashed here to where it's like nobody wants that. You're gonna come off as if you're coming at them type of thing if you're too nice to another man, right? Or
That's
with
that
a
toxic.
woman, also the same thing.
That's that
Mhm.
toxic
Yeah.
masculinity. When I used to own a coffee shop, and there's an old brother, he's a boxer, and or he was a retired boxer, and he came in there and he was holding the conversation with me. Miss PLC will get to you shortly, as soon as I finish this short
No
story.
problem. No
Kelly.
problem.
And he came in there and, you know, he was encouraging me about the business. The business was slow. He was encouraging me, telling me, you know, what you're doing is, this was after Trayvon Martin was also killed. And we had a event at the coffee shop. Long story short, he was encouraging me. Right now, this man, I know him from the community, like hearing his voice and know who he is, but I had never like really talked to him. But we talked for about an hour, and when he left, he said, "No, I'm not." He said, "Give me a hug," and he said, "Don't allow homophobia to stop you from showing love to another black man." And
Man.
still, I felt uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? This man wasn't coming at me. This is a married man who was an older man. You know, like he
Right.
probably, I think he's 70 or something like that. But he had the wherewithal to know that we don't even feel comfortable hugging each other or telling each other we love you or asking about each other's day. You know, the way I communicate with my friends is calling them a bunch of B's and H's, you know, because that's the way we get
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
You know, we don't ask about how we're doing and stuff like that. It just seemed kind of soft to us, right? So when y'all see the comments, like you were mentioning, Thomas, when I first started seeing the comments and it's brothers saying, "Oh, Dr. Asad, we love you. Well, you are welcome to our country." I'm like, this fake. They trying to set me up. That's how my mind goes. They trying to set me up. Yeah, they trying to set me up for the okie doke. I got something for you. That's how I started to think. Right? It's so twisted how our minds have been conditioned to just be so on guard and so aggressive and so, thank you, just centered on violence, and distrusting. But Miss PLT,
I'll give you an example of just real quick. I'll give you an example of something. So just someone that's from the South going into the opposite environment, right? So my brother-in-law, who had never left Mississippi for like never in his life, actually, never in his life had he ever left Mississippi to travel, right? He went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where some of my family was for the first time. He went to go get his hair cut. He walked into the barbershop, no seats available when a woman walked in, but he decided to give his seat up. He said, "Man, the barber stopped cutting hair. People started looking at him like he was crazy." And then they said, "She wouldn't have got my seat." You know what I mean? But it's that Southern hospitality in him because he a country boy. Like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what we all supposed to do. But that's not very welcoming. It's like how it can be in the Midwest. So yeah.
I hear dudes calling their girl bro. I'll be like, "Man, what's going on?"
Oh man.
They be like, "Yeah, what's going on?" But Miss PLC.
And my aunt, okay. First of all, it's fish hook, and it's spelled Hoek. This is that Dutch German influence they have down here, but they also have it where it's hooked because of a V. They had used all the terms, so don't worry about it. It's fish hook, and it's a little tourist town. It's this town with a beach that everybody usually knows about in South Africa. So it's one of the most prettiest beaches in the world. So I'm very proud to be here. The other thing is, let me tell you what I told my husband when he had to come in 2004. And Ashley, in between there, I want to meet you. You are phenomenal. Lady, thank you for your knowledge, your effort, and everything. One day we will meet. But going back to my husband, I got here in 1998, the first time I came. Then in 2004, he came back with me. And this is when we had been invited to Malawi and to other places by an ambassador. But what I had to teach him was when you go to Malawi, particularly, is that men are going to grab your hand. And I said you will see on the side of the road men sitting very, very close together in African countries. So when he finally got to Joburg, our driver, who I have been knowing since he was like 19 years old, he was my first driver here. My husband seen me that night. He said, he held my hand. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "We had to cross the street in Joburg." And now understand, my husband got white hair. All right, he old. We're in the 60s here. And he said, we had to cross the street, and he grabbed my hand. And when we got across the street, he didn't let it go. He didn't drop it. We walked down the street holding hands as men. So he's like, you told me about it, but I didn't believe it. So when we finally got back and he retired in 2006, we had to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where they were having Malawi. There's a lot of Malawians in Houston, Texas, and some other places in Indiana. So we wanted to go up there and see some of our old friends. And the ambassador who was there representing Malawi, we got up. My husband, I said, "Go get him." And we had this. We had what you call a dually truck, one of what you call four wheels on the back. Big. We have a big truck. We had a big truck. So he went up there and told the ambassador. He said, "We know you from the ambassador and introduced us when we were in Malawi." He said, "Yes, Mr. Carter." He grabbed Mr. Carter. He said, "Where's your wife?" He said, "Oh, she's back at the truck. Let's go." And he grabbed his hand from the top, from his microphone all the way to the truck, holding Mr. Carter's hand. Mr. Carter knew what to do. He did not drop his hand. He understood that Africans have a way of connecting with people. It's not about the homophobia. It's not about that. So when you talk to Mr. Carter, he's going to tell you about, I hold my Malawian's hand, don't you drop it, let them lead the way. So those are the little nuances that you have to get used to. And yes, when you're here, at least in my little community, they look you in the eye and say hello. And you're going, "Hello, how you doing?" And you get to a conversation, you just pass on by, but they look at you and they hold your hands. They do different things that we have forgotten about because we are so on guard in America. That after being here the second time since 2013, I have been able to relax. And one thing I have been able to do is to still find my kindness. I can now be kind to people without looking for, oh, did I do something wrong, or did I offend somebody? Can I do this? Can I offer somebody something? I learned my kindness again. If nothing else in the last 10 years, oh, it's okay to be kind. It's okay to give somebody some information. It's okay. I mean, I'm not into giving homeless people money. I ain't into that. I give it to the organizations. But there are things that we have so connectively to each other that we have forgotten because we are on guard in America. Now, I'm going to throw this out here really quickly and just quit. My daughter graduated with her second master's degree from Union last week. I am so
Congratulations.
proud of her. I am just proud of her because she didn't have to do it, but she's like, you know what, Mom? I need to do this because I need to learn. And what I'm telling her now, and y'all can clock me in 5 years, I said, darling, Mama wants a PhD from an African institution. That's where I'm going. And I said, if you do nothing else but for me, one day get a degree from an African institution. For me, I want to go over to Malawi and get my PhD. But those are the kinds of things now I can breathe. Now
Mm,
I can dream again. Now I
yeah.
can be at a place that
Oh, man.
I'm not worried about the aggression that you have to have in America because I'm aggressive. I'm
Mm.
confrontational.
Me too.
I'm downright mean at times.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
anyway, the last thing is let me thank you all, whoever hears this, how proud I am of you searching, seeking, and going for it. As I'm 73 years old. As this age, I did this back in the 50s and the 60s. I met Africans and they told me about Africa and they showed me about Africa. But when I came on my own in 1998, I discovered my own Africa. And if you just keep coming, there's things you have to learn. After looking at all these new YouTubers, I had to go back and apologize to some people I had been knowing for the last 10 years. I said, did I act like this when I came? They said, mm-hmm. Did I say this? So I had to literally, the lady who does my hair, I said, did I say this? She said, And so I'm showing her all the YouTube clips and everything. She said, yep, that was you, Mrs. Carter.
Wow.
So it's like I made mistakes. Now I'm going to make some more. But what I am so proud of is that you are now coming. You're coming home, and you can always go back. There's a reason going back. I have a daughter in Spartanburg, South Carolina. She needs me, I'm on a plane. But if I don't have to go back, like I didn't go back to her graduation, I ain't going back.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So thank you for. But I am so proud of the new young man here from that's got the Detroit. Come on, come and come and try it. Come and visit. Come and taste it. Just come. And thank you all. I'm just proud of all of you.
We thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
so
Thank
much,
you.
and we are so proud to have you and the wisdom that you just gave us. We really appreciate it. You touched on something that I thought was really important, and I want to connect it to something that Ashley said. She said Ashley said we were living in survival mode, and Miss
You are.
PLC, you said we have being there gives you an opportunity to dream again, and I think that's to connect those two things. So many Black Americans, because we're in survival mode, we don't dream anymore.
You are.
We
And
just
she's right because you feel a relief here once you've been here for a while that you do some, you said, did I do that in America? Like going to the gas station. I don't have a problem going to the gas station here because they have people working here. But we learn when you go to the gas station, don't ask for directions because a lot of Africans don't have cars. So they don't know where you want to go. So there's little nuanced things that says, oh, I can breathe again. Darling, I can live again. And
yeah.
I'm happy. Look, I'm a happy camper. I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Well, we hope to be the same. We hope to be there with you 20, 30 years from now, just saying, telling some other new YouTuber, I live in Fishhook. I live in Fishhook. Thank you so much. We got Kelly. Kelly, are you still with us?
Yes, hi, Adrienne and Asad and everyone on the panel. I just wanted to come in just to say hello. It's been a while since I checked in. So, yeah, that's about it.
Kelly.
Yes, hi.
Man, that's Kelly, man. Man, what's going on? What's going on?
You're all over the world right now. Where are you?
Listen, I just got I'm in Virginia right now, but you're right. I have been doing a lot of travel. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I'm not on camera because I'm tired.
So we interviewed Kelly, oh gosh, just a while back about her time in the Peace Corps in South Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you saw that, but this is Kelly who's getting married, right, Kelly?
Yeah, still getting married in December. So yeah, I'm familiar with the continent, most familiar with South Africa. And yeah, just been doing a lot of travel for work, and every once in a while when I can, I come in, and this conversation is a very layered conversation.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I will say, as someone like who is working, and for some men that believe in the TD Jakes ideology, some of the things that he's saying, for me personally, it's a little it's disappointing, just because I believe that you can be a working woman. I also don't think that they take into consideration inflation right now. Even if you're making 100K, it just doesn't hit the way that it used to hit maybe 15 or 20 years ago. So I believe the type of lifestyle that men would probably want to provide, most Americans, I wouldn't even say Black men, most Americans just aren't making that amount of what it will take to live a life with ease. So I just wanted to add that to the conversation.
Very true. I'm not familiar with the TD Jakes thing, but
well, TD Jakes said that basically the quote that they're putting out there is that women are being raised to be men. And I think there's a lot of context around it. I didn't hear, but I've read a few paragraphs that came before it or whatever have you. And I think the attack is not is that there was no accountability for men in that you know how they take that little clip and say, this is wrong, but there was no accountability for men in that little clip. But I think that it was a Father's Day sermon, actually. So I would assume that he didn't spend this whole time talking about raising women to be men. But in this era where you want to find something controversial, you could take that out, put that out, and people will. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss PLC. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask Kelly, how are you doing, darling? I hope you're doing well. But I was in, my husband and I were in the Peace Corps.
Oh,
And yeah,
is it
and we
would it
were
have to
in,
be Malawi?
no, we were in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where the big
Wow.
volcanoes shut off a couple. We were there for 2 years, but we were also 62. I was 62 and my husband was 65 when we joined the
Okay.
Peace Corps. So I read on this channel about your experience. I want to know: are you a return Peace Corps? Are you going to try to get a job during that 5 year window of working for the Peace Corps while you're gone? I mean, while you're not there anymore, or what? What are you going to do with
Sure,
your Peace Corps
sure.
experience?
Yeah, well, for me, I was actually there and got evacuated. So, because I
Okay,
was evacuated, I still am considered a return Peace Corps volunteer. And
good.
then because they had to shut down like basically the entire thing, the federal government uh, opened up, you can say, like for Peace Corps volunteers. You still had to apply. There was only a certain amount of positions, but I applied to a few agencies and I was able to get in. So a lot of my traveling is because of work. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's what I have been doing.
Well, I hope you will tell your age range about the Peace Corps, because one of the things we learned at, I said 62 and 65, they pay out the money. They send you to places you would never go. It's a government organization, but for young people who are trying to just got out of college, trying to find your way in this world, or even if you're couples, Peace Corps is not bad at all when it comes to learning about other countries, but what they learned about us. We had such a status in St. Vincent because we were mature African Americans, and they had not had us. They had not seen us. They had not experienced us. So we didn't come in with trying to change their lives. We came in there asking, what can we do for you? What do you need? How do you need this? How do you take care of your senior parents? So for anyone that's looking, I'm a Peace Corps. I believe in Peace Corps. I went through it. I studied it for years. But if you're interested, ask Kelly. Ask them about the kind of training you got. I got good training to be able to go to another country, which helped me coming here to Africa.
Yeah,
So
I would
Speaking of training.
say that's something that as I'll be honest, from the outside looking in, I was like, oh, I don't know about this Peace Corps thing, because I'm in the international space. I had been surrounded around so many people that did it, but I'm so happy. But what I did notice was that a lot of people that did Peace Corps was places that I wanted to be. I'll just be honest. So I was like, this person is in, did Peace Corps and now they are, I don't know, the deputy secretary of something, or now they're, doing field work or field research and stuff. And so we kept meeting Peace Corps volunteers who were nice, who were very gracious to me. So I said, you know what, like, I'm just going to do it. At the time, I was 34. Most people do Peace Corps straight out of college. So they're about, what, 22, maybe 21, 22. So I would
and
say that I did.
and white, yeah, they're
Yes.
usually
Yes.
white, yeah.
So I would say I did mine lot later than most people, but that's okay, you know. So I gave away all my stuff. I gave my dog to my mom, and I packed up place, and I went to South Africa, and I really didn't know like what to expect, but I embraced the entire experience. And a lot of Peace Corps, and I think sometimes in life it's just about luck, and I just so happened that like my stars aligned. I wouldn't say that it was a walk in the park, but it was by far like the best experience like ever. Yeah, and part of what I want to do, see, I work in the agriculture space. And so I feel like I've always been someone who kind of like thought about life or thought about things like a little bit different. But because I am in the ag space, I definitely do want to go back to my university, Florida A&M, and just be able to speak a little bit more about my experience in the Peace Corps, and just looking at their degree and being, you know, just ways that they can utilize it. Because coming up, a lot of people look at me like I was crazy because, you know, I study ag. But whenever you talk about conversations about Africa, something that always comes up is international trade. Why are African countries not trading? Like, what's happening? Like, it's always like such a really big deal, because it is a big deal, right? And so, you know, it's a complex conversation, but I will say that there are a lot of technical barriers to trade that you see a lot of African countries, particularly the entire continent, working on. And so it's gonna be, you see a lot of progress, but there's also like a lot of ways to go. So I'm just happy that I am doing a lot of capacity building in that area, and that's about it. I didn't like come on here. We're talking about what
everything.
Femininity. I didn't talk about Peace Corps and agriculture, and international trade, or whatever. I really just wanted to come in, say hello, and then hop off. But yes, but if anyone has any questions like out there about me, about, you know, my experience, I don't know, feel free to reach out, or whatever. You want to talk about agriculture, or you talk about ag. My portfolios, I work in East as well as West Africa. I just got back from West Africa. So yeah, so that's about it.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Kelly.
you, Kelly.
I think, Kelly, you shared some information with my wife about the 3 months, 6 months, 9 months.
Right. The training that you guys receive in South Africa, and I always go back to it because I think it's really important to share, because we get a lot of people who call in and, you know, they think about all of these places they want to move and may not have ever had an experience of living somewhere for a long period of time, and the sort of things that you go through.
Yes.
How you're feeling at this. So could you talk a little bit about that training you all got in the Peace Corps and Miss PLC? I guess you got that same training about like how they prepare you for these stages.
Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely.
Kelly's probably more recent.
Yeah. So in South Africa, because each country is ran a little bit different, they gave us a will. The will, I'm still trying to look for this will. I'm gonna reach out to like the people that are there to try to get it. But basically, what they did was they gave us a will that told us like where we would be in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. A traditional Peace Corps service is at least 24, and it could be extended another year. So they told us like, hey, like the first 3 months, like it's gonna be amazing. Then 3 months after that, you know, you're gonna be a little bit depressed. Then 3 months after that, you're gonna be depressed. Then 3 months after that, you're gonna want to like pack your bags. And then once you get over that hurdle, you're gonna start feeling like at home. So, you know, for a lot of people who are thinking about, I mean, even if you want to move just somewhere else in general, just know that it's a journey, and that, you know, for you to kind of feel like really settled, it may take a little bit longer than you would anticipate, but it's totally normal. And once you get like over that, you know, I see Ashley shaking her head. It's probably because you're at the 2 year or so mark. Like once you get to like that 2 year mark, or 2.5 years, that it's good. I'm also another big proponent. Like I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of people always say that like South Africa is so easy because, you know, you speak English. But I just wanted to throw out there, like, it's really important to also get like some language training. I'm not saying that you have to like speak a language like proficiently, like that's a bit much, but I do think it's important, particularly from a cultural standpoint. We're talking about, you know, saying hi, saying bye to people. Like South Africans, they have a greeting culture. So learning like how to greet people like in their language is amazing, and just knowing how to, you know, like say certain things, I think that's really, 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 really important. So yeah, again, I'm always to a pool party, y'all. I was just, you know, coming on to like say hello and, you know, just add my input. And kudos to Adrienne and Asad for facilitating these conversations. Yeah, so that's it. If you want to talk again, we can. But you know, I'm around. You know, I'm around.
Yeah.
Last question. The wedding is in December. What is in December?
Yes.
I'm just hoping I get my invite because I you know.
I got my invite.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, you see.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Information sharing.
I did share information.
Yeah,
it's
in Cape Town. It's at a winery at an estate. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, I guess now I'm waiting on my invitation.
Right. I think you should be nearby. I had watched a documentary on that area. So yeah, sure.
You gotta do a virtual option so the YouTube family.
I know, right?
We'll be there. We can stream it.
Yeah, definitely. Man, man, look, man, right now we have about 220 people watching this live.
Oh, wow.
And I think that is amazing because we've had some very good, we jumped from topic to topic or whatever have you, but we've had some good discussions on those topics, man. So I just want to tell everybody on here, I really appreciate it because everyone's contributed greatly to this conversation. You know, I just appreciate it. And I think that we are all doing a community service at this point, because the more we open other people's eyes to the possibility, just to the possibility that you can be on a continent, that you don't have to be in the United States. And on the flip side of that, I think we are helping to open a lot of South Africans' eyes to the beauty which they may not see every day, right? Because, you know, it's very easy to criticize and critique something when you're there. Oh, this is not right. Oh, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes it takes someone from the outside to go, man, you missing it, man. It's beautiful. This is what I see. This is my perception of it, you know. So I think we've been on here since 11:30. It's going on 2 o'clock. And 11:30 our time, 2 o'clock. Yeah, the discussion was great, but I'm hungry.
Man, me too.
I got some work I need to do.
I just got finished with some ostrich chili. So
ostrich chili.
I understand.
Still haven't tried ostrich.
I make the best ostrich chili in the world, but I got the recipe from Texas.
Hey, from Texas? I ain't no ostriches in Texas.
There are ostriches in America all over the place.
Really?
And Kentucky's the big one. Illinois, ostriches are everywhere. But the chili is perfect. Look it up. Just put in ostrich USA. They'll ship it to you. Yeah, they'll ship it. I was in when I was in America.
I thought she talking about running around in the yard or something.
Darling, that's what I say. YouTube, I love computers because it opens your eyes to everything. But you have to do your own research, because one of the things I love about your younger generation is you have this instrument, and it has done for us what we couldn't do for 400 years: communicate. And what this computer can do, darling, there's not a question you got that somebody can't answer it. So you know, keep young man with your drones and everything. I love the drone thing because I want one myself. So you just keep doing it. Don't let anybody stop you. Communicate keep doing this. And and the doctor right here. I'm sorry. What's your friend's name? The doctor.
There's 3 doctors on. There's Dr. James, Dr. Nikki.
Okay, my thing is, look at the UN too. They need you. They really, really need you. They need people. One of the things about these organizations is that I know you probably don't need the money, and I'm not going to say that, but it's your skills. Is that they can't find Black people, Black skilled people with these institutions that are really impacting the NGOs here on the continent, impact how Black folks learn, get influenced, and start doing. Because a quick example, Black folks didn't run a lot. We run because we have to run. But if you come over here now, Cape Town, you got Black folks running, but you'll always see a white person running. And you're like, why are you running? I mean, they're just jogging. And then you got Black folks jogging. And that was not a Black folks thing at one time. All right.
True.
You didn't see us going down the road on in the middle of New Orleans just jogging.
Right.
So, but the point I'm trying to make is that these skills that we have in my generation, this generation below me, y'all are skilled. Y'all can bring a new perspective at the UN, a new perspective at the Peace Corps, a new perspective at all these other organizations like ADDI.org that can bring those skills that you have. You can put them to use on the ground immediately.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dr. James. They saying look like you about to fall asleep.
It's the I always have my phone low, so it look like I'm sleeping. No, I'm woke. I just want to say, first of all, Asad and Adrienne, I appreciate the opportunity to be on your video. We always have a good time, and even though I don't even think it's been a year since we met, but it seems like we've been friends for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Oh, well, come on then. Yeah, my wife. Yeah.
Hey, Patrice, what's going on?
So yes, I want to say thank you. Ashley, we met the last time we was in South Africa, and it was some drama right before at times.
Really?
Yeah, but we had a great time, and I can say Ashley is genuinely a nice and gracious person. I really appreciate
Thank you.
hanging out with us. I look forward to seeing you again, Thomas. I saw your video. I thought it was awesome. I think I was maybe the first or second person to comment, but you did a great job, and I wish you all the success. And don't forget about us little people when you become a big YouTube star.
Right.
Thank you. Don't lose it.
Don't forget who showed you love first. Now,
I ain't never gonna forget that.
Don't get to acting light skinned.
Dr. Nikki, it was my first time meeting you today, and I look forward to hanging out with you. I like talking noise to those Dallas Cowboy fans. Y'all are special.
Don't you start.
Them Dallas fans are something serious, boy. They're ready to kill you.
They worse than the world.
My first time actually, I guess, conversating with you. I've seen you on the video a couple of times, and you have a wealth of wisdom. And my wife and I, we plan on being in Cape Town. When is that? What week is that?
26th to the 3rd.
26th of September to October the 3rd. So, hopefully we get a chance to catch up. And I want to try some of that. You said ostrich chili. Yeah.
Darling, I still cook soul food. I still do my collard greens, which are down here.
Don't be like a sucker. He had a video talking about he had some red beans that taste like the ancestors, or he could taste the ancestors in the red beans. I've been wanting some of them beans. I even told my mama, I said, I got a friend, he said he got some red beans, you can taste the ancestors. My mama said, I don't want to taste that. Yeah.
I'll tell my husband, he does the beans. He cooks.
Okay.
He does the beans. And when people come, that's what they be asking for, beans and breakfast.
All right, I get your number. You're gonna hear a soft knock at your front door.
Okay.
I want to say, Dr. James mentioned, because I think right after you and Ashley, I guess, and it was a group of y'all, Asha, and I think Greg was there. Y'all took that picture. Man, I was hating on y'all so hard. Hey,
hurt.
I was
really wanted
green.
to be there.
I was green as this shirt. I was like, man, look at them having a good time. Look at them living the life, man. I was in my feelings hard. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't even really like it. I could try. It took me a minute or two to press like on Facebook.
Scroll right past and you scroll back.
Cool thing is that, you know, when you go out to eat and you have a big group of people, you know, I should actually pay for that meal. It was like about a good 10 of us, but in the United States, and you got 10 people eating, nobody picking that check up.
You with the waiter like this, man. Look,
yeah,
buy all that. Separate checks.
These
over there, you know, $100 you pay for everybody. So that's
Actually, you can do that over here, can't you? You can say, I've had it done for us, and we've done it for other people. When you do that, right now it's 17.13 rand to the dollar. You can do that over here.
Yeah.
And take off the taxes.
Can't do it in the United States.
I know.
I mean, my wife tried to split the ticket.
Yeah, we went to, what was that? It was Whataburger something.
Whataburger.
I think we spent like $60 at Whataburger between 4 people.
That's
like
crazy.
$6. I was like, this is crazy.
It's worth it. It's Whataburger.
Facts, though. Facts.
Even
Dr.
Applebee's
James is over there hating on Whataburger. Oh, that's the word. I ain't gonna take no food advice from Dr. James.
No.
Not Whataburger.
I don't even think Applebee's does the 2 for $20 anymore, man. You know it's bad out here.
Oh,
I don't even like Applebee's today.
Man. So family, it is 2:00 on the dot.
Real quick, I know you're gonna wrap up, and Ashley, I want to read. Ashley, I want to thank you so much. Carla and I watch your videos as well, and one of the things that's consistent is that you are consistent. From your very first video to your last video, your consistency allows us to tap into who you are and learn from you from a more genuine space. So thank you for that. And I do want to say to the African-American viewers right now, listen, do not come to South Africa with that colonizer mindset. You're going there to embrace, receive, love, and learn how to love through the lens of being a neighbor, being a friend. So I'm very grateful that I've even had the opportunity.
Oh, Doctor, you muted yourself. You muted yourself.
Look, that was none but the devil. I want to say that, you know, we have to go and allow ourselves to be vulnerable and receive, learn from those who walk different paths, because that's the only way you can grow. Mrs. PLC, thank you so much for as our elder, showing us a way of, you know, what you grew up knowing, that you can do away with that and learn something new. Be bold, be brave. And I too look forward to tasting that chili when I get down there. So, Dr. James, look, I look forward to meeting you and talking some noise too. Thomas, thank you for sharing. Look, you new in the circuit, and I pray for your growth and your ability to reach out and have others learn and grow from your experiences. So thank you guys. I'm so Brother Sai, you know I love you. I love you and Adrienne. You know.
For real.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Anybody else got some closing remarks?
I want to say thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nikki. It was such a pleasure to listen to you share. There's so much value, and just I'm honored. I'm humbled to share. I'm so grateful that the content is resonating with people. I'm just sharing because I feel like I got so much information from this platform, and I'm just grateful and humbled to share. Mama PLC, I'm coming for dinner. So please welcome us. We will be there soon. James, it's always a pleasure. You and Patrice, I can't wait to see y'all again. And Thomas, thank you for, sharing your voice, opening another lens for people to see the beauty of South Africa. And doing that vulnerably and without apology, and you just see the love and the reception. And so continue to do that, stay encouraged. and grow in that. And Dr. Asad and Adrienne, we love you. We're grateful for you, the community that you're creating, the way in which you are actually bridging the gap. And having these conversations. This is revolutionary. This is powerful. And we're all so grateful, for the work that you're doing. So thank you for having me on. And I'm just so happy to have had this time with y'all today.
Well, go ahead, Thomas. Thank you so much, Ashley. Go ahead, Thomas. You're going to give your closing remarks.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to go ahead and thank you too, of course, Asad and Adrienne, just for doing this, because I've only encountered all of these people because of you. I've followed and, subscribed and watched a lot of videos, but just connecting that dot, being the network, the connection between the network, that was a powerful movement for me, and thing for you to do for me. And I will say that every last one of you are changing lives. We are all becoming part of this revolution, and connecting the dots, whether it's, through education, through information, or seeing the vision, painting the picture. And also South Africans, you are all a big staple in this, because if it wasn't for the love that you were actually displaying, being receptive and being open and welcoming, this wouldn't even be possible, because people would go there and they're like, they didn't seem to care that I was even there, right? But you all are a big piece of this. You're not just viewers, you're not on the sidelines. You are a huge part of this. And I'll be honest, when people say they love my video, I'm like, but did you read the comments? That's really what I want you to do. The video's cool, but go read the comments. That's what I want you to really do. So I thank you all. And yeah, maybe I might have to go down there and see Miss PLC. Instead of turkey leg hut, we're gonna have
ostrich leg hut.
I first met Asad, I was doing a cheesecake and I had to get it on it so I could get on. So look, I'm a cook. I cook, but I ain't a cooker. I ain't coming down because you will be washing dishes.
I don't wash dishes. I don't wash dishes. Ain't no problem. Clean the kitchen, everything.
So,
yeah.
You are all welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just want to say, look, we love all of you guys. We really appreciate you guys, because you guys make these lives or whatever have you what they are. Our South African family, they make these lives what they are. These YouTube lives is what I mean. So to each and every one of you, man, I thank you for being a connection in my life. In our lives. It is a pleasure knowing you guys, and I look forward to the day when we're all sitting down somewhere in South Africa, laughing and talking and chopping it up as one big family. Mama PLC, you in particular give me such hope and motivation, because you have been there the longest, and because of how you made the transition. It's just a beautiful story, and it really fills my heart. Dr. Nikki, man, look, man, I haven't seen you in person, but I feel like I got a sister in Dallas that I can go and talk about how garbage the Cowboys are.
What I'm saying? There you go. You start off good and then you just
right. You were doing so well.
I'm just joking. Ashley, I don't think I've ever seen you in person either, but I feel like I got a sister in Tanzania. And Thomas, we sat down and chopped it up, and thank you so much. Doc, like my big brother, man. So I mean, man, we knew each other like a week before. He's like, yeah, I'm coming to New Orleans, and we hung out. And anybody that's brave enough to come down to this city, I'm like, man, you're a soldier. Then he told me he went to Xavier too. Yeah. So it's on. So man, I love all of y'all. Definitely. While we have people on, we will do that meetup Saturday. I should have been talking about this throughout the show, throughout the live, but we will do that meetup Saturday. So tomorrow we'll probably upload a real short video to figure out where it's going to be or whatever have you. So South African family will be on a plane on Thursday.
Finally.
Thursday, yeah.
I'm
and I'm gonna be taking pictures with Asha, having y'all jealous. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Real quickly, I got a request this week for a South African that wants to go to America and visit all the plantations, because I gave him a book to read, and he's like, Mrs. Carter, do you have any family over there? Yeah. Well, I want to go to the plantations.
Well,
so I'm marinating this one.
Well, let me say that right outside of New Orleans, there's at least 4 plantations. There's the Elmwood, there's Whitney
The
Plantation,
Whitney plantation.
Whitney
Yeah.
Plantation
So,
there.
so
So there's a lot.
marinate this on what we're coming over here to do. Now there's travel, vice versa, and there
Yeah,
are Black-owned tour groups. But think about this: what we're going through, they're going through too.
right.
Mm.
But I want to say is about this plantation. Make sure he visited Whitney because Whitney has set up like
I got Whitney.
an equitable way of, because there was a time we were like, we ain't visiting no plantation and why y'all making money off of it. But Whitney has absolutely set up a way to tell the story about plantations in a very honest and historical light, and then use money that's made to benefit Black communities. So we want to make sure that we support them.
If I do this, I'm sending him from Wall Street down to Whitney, and there's a tour group that goes that way. But understand this: that floored me this week. I want to go to see the plantations. I want to see where you were enslaved at, where you were shipped to. So I'm like, I've had this quest twice. So, but I just want to let you know that what we're doing also goes a reverse too.
Right, definitely. Well, thank you guys so much. Peace and blessings, and we'll see y'all soon with another video.
All right. Love y'all.